Well, hello again, my few subscribers and brothers in Christ. I haven't done a video for a while because I haven't been well, and I threw my back and hips out for a while, so that was pretty tough, crawling and basically clutching the walls and so on, so I'm going to look into that. But I'm a little bit better now, and there's something that's been bugging me, and I needed to, a rant of something I feel pretty strong about, and it's about the fancy preachers who basically, if you cannot share the salvation message without a fancy stage, fancy pulpit, with fancy clothes, cars, and fancy houses, and all that, you've missed your message altogether. And if, it all becomes the preacher more than the message, which really upsets me. It's like a magician trick. He gets the people to watch one hand while the other hand is doing all the tricks, and they don't know what's going on. And it seems like they all come to see this preacher because, oh, the preacher is such a great preacher. I love to listen to him or her preach. But meanwhile, they're completely, missing the point of the message that they're supposed to get, the salvation message itself. And so if you can't sit down in a small group and share the message, share your personal witness of your personal story and how you came to salvation and your own life adventure coming to the Lord, without fancy schmancy, accoutrements and all the fluff, then you're not getting it yourself. You're not getting, you've missed the point. And preaching hell and damnation only scares people away more than anything. So you got to learn to share. I figure just let the Lord do the speaking and share what you've experienced yourself without condemning others, because you don't know everybody's story. You don't know where they come from, judging them by what they look like. If they don't wear a suit, a tie, or some stereotypical, very conservative look, they're damned? As far as I'm concerned, in my opinion, as far as I'm concerned in my heart, as long as they're not letting out the parts that should be, decently covered, any style should do. You shouldn't judge a person by what style they wear. You shouldn't judge a person by the past. If you say you really forgive, then forgive and move on, and sit down and explain yourself and let them explain themselves so that you come to an understanding of them better, without going, oh, you can't do that, you can't say that, you can't be like that, you're going to go straight to hell. What do you expect their reactions to be? If you're going to do that to them, of course they're not going to listen to you. You're going to make them go away. You're going to scare them off. And that's the last thing the Lord wants you to do, is scare people off. You're supposed to share, as far as I'm concerned, you're supposed to share it, share the message, not preach. The word preach is, it says, yes, go preach the word, but I don't think he meant it in a vicious way. I think he meant it, go share the word. Go share your own personal witness, and if they don't accept it, fine. Leave it at the door. Leave it with them. If they rebuke you, brush off the dust off your feet. Somewhere in the Bible, that's where it says. And again, I tell you, I'm not going to quote word for word the Bible. I'm not like that, but I get the message. The words themselves do nothing if you don't understand what the message is. So, to me, this is a key point, a very important part of sharing is just sharing, gently bringing people to the Lord without condemning them right away and without judgment. Assessment is different from judgment. That's another part of it. Assessing against judging. Judging is right away. You're not giving them a chance to say nothing. You're not even bothering to understand their point, where they came from, why they do what they do, or why they're living the way they're living, or why they believe. You're not even willing to listen to their side. That's judgment. Assessment is, let's sit down, explain to me, I would like to understand you better, understand your perspective better, explain to me how you came to the conclusion of believing what you believe. And that is called sharing gently, and it's called assessing a person's character, not judging. It's so simple, yet so many people seem to go like right over their head. They miss it altogether, how they're supposed to share the message. And going on a fancy stage and waiting and basically saying, oh wait, come to my sermon and you'll understand it better when you come to my sermon next Sunday, Saturday, whenever, and you'll understand better. No, you don't do that. They ain't going to show up. Sorry about the language, but they are very rarely going to show up if you do that. It's like you're pushing them aside. They're not important enough for you to sit and talk to them right there when you have the opportunity to share. And so they're going to go, oh, I'm just a number to them. I'm just somebody for them to go in and brag that they've saved another person. And that is not right. That's like, it's boasting. It's a boastful spirit. To count how many you've saved. To say to others, I've saved so-and-so, I helped so-and-so. Don't count it. I don't count who comes to the Lord through me because I've influenced them. That's up to the Lord. That's not up to me. He keeps the book, and I don't care. It's like, yeah, Lord, just do your thing, and I'll just share like you told me to share. And whoever comes to you because of my influence, great. If they run away, I hope they don't. But if they go to somebody else for salvation, for the rest of it, that's fine with me. I don't care. I'm not jealous. That's the thing. You should never be jealous who the people go to finish their salvation entrance, or that prayer of salvation, that final prayer of salvation. Preachers should never be jealous. So no one should ever be jealous that they don't come back to you, that they go somewhere else. It doesn't matter. It's the message that matters. It's them coming to the Lord that matters. And in the Lord's time, by whoever the Lord wants them to come, to help them make that last step. It's baby steps. Every Christian has to go through baby steps. And baby steps takes a long time, and there's a lot of years, and you never know everything, ever. You're always on a learning path. I know a lot more than I used to know. I've discovered a lot more. God's revealed a lot more to me than I used to. After 30 years, it's about 30 years now, and in that 30 years, I still don't know everything. There's still a lot I would love to know, and God is giving it to me as it's time, on His time, when it's time, and people have to learn to be patient enough, which, yeah, everybody has a problem with patience, even I. Sometimes I get upset, but I never doubt my God. I question Him.